Welcome to Should You Back Arydia? Is it for you? Is it for me? This is, as usual, my thorough approach. Um, as always, set the video speed to 1.5 because I'm quite slow in hindsight. I bound the books that were work in progress. There are two books in the Kickstarter game found crowdfunding. This is the quick start guide, the rulebook. There's also a style guide. And it's a very good idea to have a style guide. So you have consistency in game terminology. That's when you capitalize things and when you don't. So that's a very good thing. So how to structure this will be like first the product. So what is Arydia based on the information that I found online. And then the value proposition, should you consider backing it, what are the effects, do you want Zaya also, and finally some points to take into account. First of all, what you should do is, what I do always is, I look, are there any red flags? So I look at the project, the campaign page, how is it structured, is all the information present, and in many cases the information parts are missing. Is there a rule book? If there is no rule book, then the project is simply not finished, and it is unwise to back at any case. In the case of Arydia, it has a rule book that's work in progress. The project started as a Kickstarter a few years ago, and it always caught my eye, and I found it a bit on the kiddie side. So the happy-go-lucky, innocent kind of game. And I wasn't accustomed to that style of modern games, and but I quickly turned around after enjoying simple games like Legacy of Dragonhold and Lens of Galzyr, which many people find stupid and simple, and I love what it does, and I also appreciate the obvious care that has been the backbone of creating such a card system. For this card system to work, that creator had to build a lot of software to accommodate him. So in Arydia, you also have this card system, but it's a different kind of card system. Arydia is, before I start to dive into the components, Arydia has well thought out modern with organizing game trays, fancy solutions like in the Aspherian Guard. So you can click things in, click things out, and setup has been taken care of as much as possible, as well as tear down. It has a persistent world, at least it promises to have a persistent world. So what you get is world map, and every hex represents a small world with big maps and small maps, and it has painted miniatures. Yeah, so but I found a lot of issues with the rule book. But what it basically does is it is built on certain systems, and the system is the thread. The thread system. Let's see if I can find it here. Yeah. So the it has combat, and in the thread system you adjust marker for combo as well as thread. So it's one marker, and the enemies try to spend the points as much as possible. Then so this indicates the type of attack, and there are some icons that are not clearly laid out, but it's kind of simple. And then there is an attack name, and the attack name is defined in the bottom, and in the title of the attack name detail is the color of the die that you use. So that's how it works. Then yeah, you have the travel mechanism and this puzzled me quite a bit. But what you do is there's a travel deck that you draw whenever you travel from hex to hex. And when you the hex that you're leaving has an icon, and the icon you ideally want to draw a card, but it's random, of course. Do not show that icon, because if it shows that icon, then the thing in the bottom, so unrelated to the icon itself, the thing in the bottom corresponds to a travel token, and these travel tokens, you don't want them to be flipped, because the second time that you draw such a card, so for example, if you go back and you draw the same card the second time, it costs you not only one spell point. Spell points is like hit points, magic points, and spell points. They are trackers around this player board. And here's the spell points. You don't have many spell points to begin with, but not sure what spell points actually do. I think they are used in Magic, I think. But it costs you a spell point plus this. This is an instruction to go to another deck, the threat deck, the threat 90 exhausted deck, and you add that to the monster AI deck. And it's called the threat deck, but it's a monster AI deck. And monster AI deck, when you draw it, it says either a mob or a boss activates, or all monsters activate, and probably such an exhausted card, when you draw it, will tell you that they attack twice or something. So you don't want to overspend. You have to be a little bit careful, as long as you have two or more of these travel tokens faced flipped up. Other so that you have the monster AI, you have the terrain thing. And then there is the duration or durability of the items. So you have to sometimes your equipped items can be worn out, and so you place a cube on them. They provide less defense, less attack, and so on. And in a camp or in a city, depending on the hex, you can repair them. So that's basically and it has a green legacy. So there are some things that you have to print out. 91. 91. Yeah, the checkboxes. So you can use a pencil, or you can print it out again and write with a pen. It's a single card that you have to copy. Cody said online that he would for sure provide a printable, downloadable version, so you can at least sell it off as new. Okay, so that's the global overview of how to consider backing or not backing Arydia. So bye for now.